Hey guys!
And gals!
Today we will have a look at the drum modules from Prok, which are also available as hardware, and this is the first part that will be all about the drum modules themselves, and the second part will be about the extra modules that are available only in VCV rack. So we have 5 modules. We have clap, bass drum, snare drum, hi-hat and clonk. Now clonk is available in VCV as an extra module, but in hardware it's available as an alternative firmware. I should mention this is a commercial collection, but those of you who already own the Prok modules can get this collection for free. Now these drum modules are not based on samples. All of the sounds are synthesized, and the nice thing about these modules is that we can morph between the different sounds and get really nice results. So here I have the MIDI module, just so I can trigger the modules with my keyboard. So I will connect the gate to the first module, the clap, and then to the mixer. And we have the clap sound. And now I can morph between, in this case, 4 different sounds, or patches if you will. Now we also have 7 different banks we can select. We have A, B, C and D. Each has 4 patches or sounds. And again we can morph between them. Very nice. And we have 3 more larger banks. We have H, V and L that have 16 patches. So we can morph between 16 different patches or sounds. Let's have a listen also to the bass drum. Oh yeah. Oh. Oh. Again, those are not samples. This is all synthesized. Very nice. And there are even more banks in the context menu. So we have here, for example, the Christian Vogel, let's say, effects. Oh. Oh. Or we have, for example, from Prok, we have experiments. Let's have a listen to the snare also. Let's see, here we have tasty. Let's go here with experiments. Oh. Let's have a listen to the hi-hat. Very nice. Let's see here, for example, effects. Maybe a sort of a comb filter or delay. And clonk, which is more of a general percussive module. Very cool. Here we have experiments. Okay, another thing I should mention is that there is a tool, an editor that allows you to create new banks, but this is working for now only with the hardware modules, so it will not work with the VCV rack modules. But for this we have all of the extra modules that are available only in VCV, so we can create our own sounds, and again we will have a look at them in the next video. Now there are more options in the context menu to make the VCV modules closer to the hardware version. So we have the 12-bit output, the hardware CV limit, and the distortion resolution, and let's have a look at a few examples. Okay, so here I have the topograph sequencer, which is based on grids for mutable instruments, and I have the first channel triggering the bass drum module. It sounds like this. Oh yeah. I have the second channel triggering the snare drum. And what I also have, I have the accent output of the first channel, triggering a short envelope, and this is modulating the Y axis of the snare drum, which is adding those sort of accents, if you will. So let's have a listen to this. Just like this. So we get those accents. Very nice. Now I have another channel. I'm triggering the hi-hat module. And also here I have a short envelope modulating the Y, which is adding again those accents. Very nice. I have also the accent output of the snare channel of the second channel here going to a clock divider, and this is triggering the clonk module like this. Oh yes. I'm also modulating the X and the Y with sample and hold. So whenever I change the rhythm of the snare, also the clonk module is getting different triggers. Now we also have the clap module here being triggered by a divided clock, every clock divided by 10. This is adding lots of atmosphere. Oh yeah. Oh yes. Here I'm modulating it with sample and hold, with an LFO, sorry. Really nice, really nice. So you can hear the huge palette of sounds we can get with these modules. Oh yeah. Let's add a nice bass line. I have here Detroit sequencing the additive vibration. Oh yeah. I also have here a nice sort of an arpeggio. I have the burst generator from Count Modula triggering the grid sequencer. This is sequencing the percussive vibration in this case, going through a nice delay. Let's wait for it. Oh yeah. One more time. Yes. Okay, let's have a look at another example. Okay, so a fun thing to do is to sequence the X and Y parameters. And here I have two hi-hat modules. I'm triggering them with the clock, but I'm also sequencing their X and Y with the PGMR sequencer from Borg Audio. And this is going through some nice delay. It sounds like this. Let's listen to it without the delay. So you can hear we have something repetitive, but still we have a change in sound. Let's bring back the delay. Oh yeah. Very nice. Now here I have the gate sequencer from Impromptu. I'm triggering the bass drum module. It sounds like this. Oh yeah. And I have here also a snare, also being triggered by the gate sequencer, but the snare is going through chronoblob. And in this case I have also a feedback loop with font, the filter from Nano. And I'm modulating the cutoff point with an LFO, so we get those hopefully sort of dub type snare hits. Oh yeah. And I have here another layer with clonk, just to add some bite to the sound. Oh yeah. Very nice, really nice sounding drums. Here I also have a nice bass, so the phrase sequencer is sequencing basal through slap. Nothing fancy, it sounds like this. Oh yeah. One more time. Very nice. Now we're also using the second gate output from the phrase sequencer to trigger another bass drum module as a sort of an effect sound going through some delay, just to add some more texture. Let's listen to this. Oh yeah. Oh yes, oh yes. Now I also recorded the clap module. I just triggered it and changed the sound a bit and recorded a few hits. And now I have it loaded on the complex simpler, and it's playing an octave lower and in reverse through a phaser, again to add a nice texture to the sound. Let's listen to this. Oh yeah. Very nice. Lots of sound you can get with those modules. Let's have a look at another example. Okay, so here I'm using the Turing machine to generate rhythms, and I'm using the ADDR sequencer to lock the sequence and release it at certain points. So the first step will bring this big knob to the center, so the sequence will be released and be randomly generated. And then all of the other steps will lock this sequence, so it will be repetitive. This is triggering the drum modules. I have here bass drum, snare, clap, hi-hat, and clonk. And I'm also using the Turing machine to modulate the sounds of the hi-hats. So let's have a listen to this. I'm just mixing them into the mixer. Here it's locked. Now we get a new sequence and it's locked again. And again, oh yes, new sequence and it's locked again. So we get different variations, but it's all really repetitive. Very nice. Now something I like doing lately is sending drums through a comparator for adding another layer of crunch. So here I'm using the one from Count Modula. It will sound like this. Again, I'm mixing the drums into this comparator. Oh yeah. Oh yes. This is how it sounds like on its own. Together with the drums. Let's wait for a nice rhythm. This is so nice. One more time. Oh yeah. Oh yes, oh yes. Oh yes. Okay, I have here another hi-hat just to add another layer of rhythm. So it's going through Vakumba, again for extra grit. And I have sample and hold modulating the X and Y. It will sound like this. Oh yeah. Oh man. Okay, I have here an FM voice with the FM operator being sequenced by an orca's heart, going through some delay. Sounds like this. Oh yes. Oh man. Oh man. Okay, I also have here a bass. Again, the additive vibration being sequenced by Orca's heart. And also have it going through a high-pass filter and some delay. Oh yes. So there are so many ways we can use the Prok drum modules, and we didn't even look at the extra modules we got with this collection. We will do this in the next video, and that was it like always. There will be a link in the description to the different patches. Feel free to download them and take a closer look. I hope you enjoyed this video. If you did, please hit the like button. If you enjoy what I do, consider becoming a patron. If you want to see more videos like this, please subscribe and hit the bell. And have a good one.